Hello, my group is conformed by Angela Juancha, Guillermo Valencia, Jason Suarez, Isaac Salinas, and me, Valeria Segura, and today we're going to Venezuela.
President and government. The president is Nicolás Maduro Moros, born Caracas November 23, 1962. He is a Venezuelan politician, diplomat, and union leader. As vice president, Maduro assumed the administrative and economic functions of Venezuela during the illness of the president Hugo Chavez. So, when Chavez died, Maduro assumed the head of the state and government, like president in charge of Venezuela. During the government, Venezuela has faced a serious social, economic, and political crisis with increasing crime, inflation, poverty, and hunger. The shortage in Venezuela and decrease in the quality of life results in the appearance of the protests throughout the country from the April 2014, causing a rapid and progressive decline in Maduro's popularity. The Bolivar coins. Bolivar is the legal tender of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. It was established in 1879 as a monetary unit by President Antonio Guzmán Blanco, bearing its name in honor of the Simón Bolívar, hero of the Venezuelan independence. The Bolivar coins are circular and at perhaps they show the denomination of the coin, the 8 stars of the Venezuela flag. Waves represented the stripes of the national flag near the mean of the Venezuela, and on the reverse the national coat of arms and the name of the using country, except the coin of the Bolivar, which observes that has the effigy of the Simón Bolívar, and while the reverse side shows the name of the coin, the national coat of arms and inscription as like Republic Bolívar of the Venezuela. The flag of Venezuela. The national flag of Venezuela is the official flag of that country and one of the 3 national symbols, being the most representative internationally. The flag has radius of the 2 to 3 and consists of the 3 horizontal stripes of equal size in yellow, blue, and red, with an arc of the 8 states within the blue strip. In addition, in this version, the coat of the arms is located to the left of it within the yellow strip. Certainly, there is no one of the flags that represents something. So the symbolism of this flag, various meanings have been attributed to the colors and elements that make up the flag. The traditional flag meaning that has been attributed to them are: yellow represents symbolically the riches of the Venezuelan soil. Blue represents the Caribbean Sea, which covers the Venezuela maritime coast. Red represents the blood-spilled independence struggles. And the stars, they represent 8 of the former provinces: Caracas, Cumana, Barcelona, Barinas, Guayana, Margarita, Mérida, and Trujillo. Previously, there were 7 stars to refer to the 7 united provinces that signed the Declaration of the Independence.
Good morning, my name is Isaac Salinas, and today I come to expose typical costumes of Venezuela and the traditional of costumes. The woman usually uses a red one piece with a ruffle on the top that is all white in the background, and that consists of some details in colors that manage to make it more attractive. Of course, this is highly variable and there are times when strong colors are used for the base of the reds. The most used colors are yellow, blue and red in that order and are placed at the upper and lower ends of the reds completely adorning in and making the wild or the chosen color come to occupy a secondary place, giving way to brilliance that those colors cannot how to provide. It can be seen that is a very simple suite and cannot how to stand out throughout the characteristics the predominant in it. The rest usually has no straps and fit only of the shoulders. The woman can wear a headband of 2 or 3 flowers or gold pompons on her head in the aforementioned colors, but these details is at your choice. The man wears a completely white suit with the buttons on the long sleeved shirt. He wears a stand out a lot make him very attractive and special. The shorts are of a unmistakable black color that is a detail that is added to the man's suit. It usually has 2 shades of brown that are ordered according to its design. Venezuela makes its typical costume contrast very well between men and women and closely represent the Latin culture that the country has an exhibit with pride. Origin of the customs. The origin of the suit is undefinite, as there are several theories. One says that the suit is a derivation of a French uniform with a closed neck, called liquette. Another indicates that it was brought from the Philippines at the time of the colony or is an inspiration from the Chinese buttoned neck top suite, known as a mouth type. It is even said that in 19th century the Italian Giuseppe Garibaldi wore shirt that had a cut similar to that of the Licky Licky, and from there the inspiration of the Venezuela came to make its typical costumes. Other sources indicate that it arisen at the end of the War of Independence, when the tailors and seamstresses of the time modified the whole military suit to adapt to civilian life and created four pocket jacket without a pelotes and with a collar. Thank you.
I'm going to talk about the folklore and the writer. The Venezuelan folklore is very similar to that of Colombia. It has dance such as the joropo, the merengue, and other ones, but it also has its own culture. For example, they have the gaita, which represent a certain region in Venezuela. In this case, I chose the gaita zuliana, which is the most popular in the whole country. There is also the Venezuelan vals, which is the typical vals we know about the Venezuelan culture. It has also been characterized by the urban genre. And from this probably the Spanish-speaking inspiration of rap is born. Cancerbero was a young man who dedicated himself to rap in order to always criticize today's society and different types of states in love. Speaking of the writers, Venezuela has had many representatives, but some of the most representative Andrés Bello, Teresa de la Parra, and Salvador Garmendia, who during their years of life put Venezuelan literature on top, giving many contributions to the knowledge.
My name is Valeria and I'm going to talk about the current clothing. People in Venezuela wear urban or casual clothes most of the time with accessories like caps, rings, or chains around the neck. Actually, the fashion of people in Venezuela is very similar to the fashion that people in Colombia have. So that's something that we have in common. Colombia and Venezuela are countries that are very close to each other. For that reason, we have some dishes that are the same in our gastronomy. I'm going to talk about that ones. So first of all, we have the hallaca. Then the hallaca, it is basically a tamal here in Colombia, and then it is a traditional dish. Then it is made of dough and can be filled with meat, vegetables, chilies, or any preparation according to taste. And then the filling and the cooking liquid has to be seasoned. Then we have the patacon. The patacon are fried plantain slices. The sancocho, then it is a soup. Then it is made of many kinds of meat like chicken, hen, pork ribs, cow ribs, and also fish. It has large pieces of plantain, potato, and other vegetables such as tomato, cilantro, and corn. Another one, it is the perico, that are scrambled eggs with diced onions and tomatoes. The arepas, that are corn dough that is served with cheese or cuajada. The empanadas, that is dough that is filled with meat, cheese, corn, or other ingredients, and it can be made by baking or frying. I'm also going to talk about the traditional Venezuelan dishes. The first one is pabellón criollo, that consists of a plate of rice, shredded beef, black beans, and tajadas. The asado negro, then it is meat in a cylindrical shape and it is prepared with spices, panela, wine, and sweet chili that makes the meat look darker and taste more sweet. Cachito de jamón, that it is a traditional roll in Venezuela's gastronomy, and it is a dough that is filled with cubes of jam. The mandoca, then it is a fried ring of cornmeal, panela, plantain, and cheese, and is usually eaten in breakfast. The quesillo, then it is a type of dessert made with eggs, condensed milk, and caramelized sugar. And the last one is the golfeado, then it is a dough with a similar shape of cinnamon rolls, but these ones are filled with panela and cheese.
Hi, my name is Jason Suarez and I will talk about the idiomatic expressions of Venezuela. The first one is echar los perros. It is as the Venezuelan courtship is known. The expression originates from bullfights. When the bull did not attack, he was arrested by a pack of dogs as punishment. In some countries, it is synonymous with harassment or threat, but in Colombia and Venezuela, it means courting someone. The second one is ser o tener un jalabola. Nowadays, it is the term we use for someone who is a flatterer, but it comes from something else that happened in prison during the dictatorship of Juan Vicente Gomez. Those prisoners with wealthy families hired the jalabolas to help them carry the heavy shackles on their ankles. It is similar to the expression jalamecate, which is also used to refer to a person who usually gets something flattering. The third idiomatic expression is los corotos. In Venezuela, corotos is synonymous with objects or things. The term comes from the collection of paintings by the French painter Jean-Baptiste Corot that belonged to the former president Antonio Guzmán Blanco. Every time he had to change residence, he would say to his employees, "Watch out for the corots," so they will be careful when packing the pictures. But this was misinterpreted by them when they thought that corots referred to all the objects of the move. The fourth one is echar de pichón. For Venezuelans, it means striving to achieve something. The phrase comes from the manual water booms that formerly had the wells of the towns. It took a great physical effort to move a lever and extract the water. The lever had a sign that said push on, so the inhabitants of those towns said that they had to echar the pichon if they wanted to draw the water from the well. And the last idiomatic expression is las cotufas. It is our popcorn or palomitas de maíz. And as has happened with other words derived from inscriptions in English, it comes from the bags with corn kernels that had the inscription corn to pride. Now I will talk about the pandemic in Venezuela. There are several challenges for the authorities, starting with regaining credibility, but above all improving the deteriorated health system. That is why Nicolás Maduro asked the International Monetary Fund or IMF for $5 billion to attend the COVID-19 crisis, but the request was quickly rejected. For the Chavism, who since Hugo Chavez maintains a speech against the IMF, requesting financing surprises so many people and shows that the COVID-19 crisis will be used to make politics, like other emergencies in Venezuela. On March 6, 2020, the Pan American Health Organization announced the dispatch of experts to Venezuela, Nicaragua, and Haiti, the three countries that determined with the greatest deficiencies in the early detection of COVID-19. Indeed, on Friday, March 13, Venezuela was the last country on the continent to make announcements. It referred to 2 confirmed cases of coronavirus, and there are 33. In the present, there are 1,327 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Venezuela, which 302 of them have been hailed. Now, in this propositive competence, I will talk about the social competence, because Venezuela has been dealing with a very huge crisis, and all the Venezuelans have been hurt in so many ways that we won't wish to any of us. So we need to have compassion for them and help them in everything they need. We can help in many ways, and in the way we can, and we need to know that if we were in their places, we will want to be treated like humans, with right humans, and they are not treated like that. So we need to have compassion for them and help in everything we call.